Okay, so when you first plug in your tablet, Windows 10 should automatically install the drivers for it. Worst case scenario, you just have to go to the website and download them. But anyways, once they're installed, click Start, type Wacom, go to Wacom Tablet Properties. I disable all these so I don't accidentally like hit something. So I'll just disable these, go to pen, disable these. Double click distance needs to be off. For this is under pen, double click distance definitely needs to be off. Otherwise you get lag and your lines don't look right. So anyways, next go to mapping. You want to force proportions, yes. And then use Windows Ink. No, you do not want Windows Ink. And that's about it for this. You can close out of that. And your tablet should be ready to go. Let me get this thing. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to open Krita. There might be some like Windows settings if you have issues. You can Google whatever issue you might have, like if it's a Windows Ink issue or whatever. But for now, let's just this is a fresh install of Krita. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my mouse. I'm going to take the Tool Options tab here. I'm going to pop that out. Can I pop that out? Why can't I pop that out? Hello? Weird. Okay, well. Anyways, start a new document. Just default, create. Under Tool Options, you have Basic Smoothing, and then you have ignore all the rest, but then you have Stabilizer. So basic is your raw input pretty much, but smooth, so like this is basic. Raw input, and then if you turn on the stabilizer, when you turn on the stabilizer you want to disable the delay. You only have to do this once, by the way. And the distance is what you're going to change, so by default it's like this. If you raise the distance, it increases the stabilizer's like softness, I guess. So you can make really smooth lines, like if you turn it way up. But if you want to make like sharp edges, it kind of like rounds the edges. So say I want to make a sharp edge, or whatever, you know. So that's the stabilizer, that's the most important thing. And then here you have like brush presets, you can close that. Brush preset history, close that. Snapshot Docker, you can close that. Tool Options, oh, it lets me pop it out now. Yeah, you pop that out and then drag it to the left. I like to have it on the left, down at the bottom here. And then I like to expand this out so that I can see my stabilizer options there. And this is pretty much identical now to how Psi would be. So you have like your selection tool. You can select this, delete. Control-Shift-A is deselect. And so for the brush tool, you hit B, and that's your brush. And then if you hit E, it turns the brush into an eraser using the same brush. So you can erase like that, and then hit E to go back to normal brush mode. Or what you can do is you click this button here and you choose eraser. Right now we're set to the ink brush, but you can go to eraser and that will also give you an eraser. And then it's open bracket and open bracket and close bracket. Close bracket is to make the brush smaller, open bracket is to make the brush bigger. You can also hold shift and drag to the left to make the brush smaller, and hold shift and drag to the right to make the brush bigger. So right now we're on the eraser, so let's erase all this. It's kind of a soft eraser. There's also a hard eraser with like a weird shape. Anyways, there's lots of brushes to mess with. Like there's the sketch brush. It's kind of like light sketch brush. And then there's like the hard sketch brush, which is like harder pencil. But mostly I just use like the ink and the eraser. And if I want to fill something, or if you want to shade actually, you can use like the airbrushes. So like this one. Or wait, which one has the soft? I think this one has the soft edge. Yeah, kind of. But yeah, you can just play around with the brushes, and then the color pickers over here, like, so you want to make some grass. So we'll like, just use an airbrush. Go a little yellow. Or whatever. And let's see what else. Let's say you want to fill something you've drawn. So you've drawn like, wait, let me make this black. If you click this button, this little tiny button right here, it'll go back to default colors, black and white. So let's say I want to crank up the stabilizer and draw like an oval. Let me Control A to select everything and delete to clear. Control Shift A to deselect. So let me draw like an oval. Say you have this oval. Let's say if I want to fill everything in the oval, I would do this, the magic wand tool, select in there, and then I would do select grow by like 3 pixels or whatever, and then make a new layer over here, and then go to the fill tool, and let's fill it with like purple. And for the fill tool, you want to select fill entire selection to fill entire selection, obviously. And then Control Shift A. Let's say if you want to do like a clipping layer or clipping groups, let's do a group here. Let's make a layer on top of this oval color, because the top layer is the ink, as you can see, and then we have the empty layer, and then we have the oval. So let's group these two. So Control, select, and then right click, group, quick group. And then for this, you click the little alpha symbol here, and that will make it so that, hang on one sec. Okay, cool. Anyways, yeah, clipping groups. We just made a clipping group, so this top layer is only going to show on top of the pixels of the layer below it now, because we have selected the alpha. So let's do like, let's set it to layer mode normal, set that to multiply, and then if I do like a big airbrush, really big airbrush, if I go like this, it only shows on top of the purple, as you can see. But if I uncheck the alpha, then it shows everywhere. So that's how you do a clipping group. Anyways, yeah, just fuck around. First thing you should be doing is just fucking around with like maybe the light sketch. Make a new layer. Oops. Control Z is undo. Make a new layer up here. And you can just fuck around and just get used to using your tablet, get used to adjusting the stabilizer, get used to how it feels with the distance slider on the stabilizer. Some people use the delay, but I actually hate that. I will never use that. What it does is it draws like a circle, so that it will only draw once you leave the circle. but I hate that. I can't stand that. Psy doesn't have that. It's retarded. But yeah, that's pretty much it.